Hi there and welcome to Apple World. Young lady not Nick Cannon who is being uncovered for purportedly being one of Diddy's supposed associates. The talk about Nick being engaged with Diddy begun when Nick himself boasted about how he used to go to Diddy's gatherings. Furthermore, how he adored them. Well, the roads are presently saying that not exclusively was Nick there yet. He likewise purportedly helped Diddy hurt others, including rapper Lil Jerome, following quite a while of calling Nick Standard his sibling and tutor. It appears as Romeo's finished with the entire family act. The allegations he's dropping are wild. Furthermore, he's not simply getting down on Nick Cannon for fresh moves, he's considering him a merchant, inferring Nick could have been out for himself from the start and has been furtively Diddy's ally for some time. Youngster, this is going to be frightful, so we should crush it down right. So Spirit in the early 2000s, Nick Cannon was experiencing that youngster star gleam up and had previously been through the entire out-of-control thrill ride of notoriety. He was an old pro when he encouraged Lil Romeo. I mean, he had his own highs and lows, from being the ridiculous host of Wilding Out to attempting his hand at acting, and individuals certainly saw his inclusion with Romeo at Nick Container. It Forward helps a more youthful craftsman explore a similar wild ride. Nick had that elder sibling's contribution, mentorship, and direction, which appeared to be legit, taking into account they had comparable encounters with youthful dark craftsmen in Hollywood that were difficult to get through without getting gulped by the business. Romeo's father, Ace P, was likewise a major part in the game, so Nick likely figured he could give an insight to Romeo about dealing with the tensions of distinction, the industry's absurdity, and all that accompanied being a well-known individual, thus significantly more prefer to call him a family member, a sibling. Someone's recently been strong the entire way through and through, a very skilled Romeo mill operator. What's going on, my person? You like my sibling from one more month in various meetings? Romeo complimented Nick, portraying him as something other than a companion, yet as somebody he could respect and rest on, somebody who would really comprehend the heaviness of the pressure he was confronting. Nick was said to have opened numerous entryways for Romeo, making a difference by letting him explore potential open doors and music and TV, all while building Romeo's great close by his own, extending realm to the rest of the world. Nick seemed by all accounts to be a tutor and an elder sibling. However, presently, as Romeo uncovers more, it appears there was substantially more occurring in the background. It turns out Nick's mentorship wasn't as straightforward as it seemed, and his impact drove Romeo into parts of the amusement world that most youngsters his age could never experience. He purportedly acquainted Romeo with Diddy's selective parties, who displayed notorious for their sumptuous and supposed wild air. Romeo, who was still very youthful at the time, wound up pushing into this world without completely grasping what he was getting into now. Romeo uncovers that these gatherings were not even close to your commonplace big-name home base. He was acquainted with a reality where there were no restrictions, where individuals reside foolishly. Furthermore, where notoriety frequently came at a weighty cost, listers are separating themselves from cries, and the horrendous cases of what truly happened later kept those gatherings away from plain view for youthful Romeo, actually attempting to see as his balance in Hollywood. These encounters are extraordinary and on occasion overpowering. The fact that he frequently felt makes him actually shared awkward at some of these social events encompassed by grown-ups, taking part in ways of behaving he wasn't prepared to. Allegedly get a handle on Romeo's disquiet developed as he saw firsthand how individuals collaborated in the realm of high-profile VIP occasions. Sources say that a considerable lot of these gatherings were more than just festivals. They were a method to keep up with power, attest strength, and indeed, even maneuver youthful stars toward circumstances they weren't prepared to handle. These gatherings were where superstars' blended bargains were struck, and unions were hardened, all behind shut entryways for Romeo. The allure of Hollywood started to blur as he came face to face with the more obscure real factors of popularity through the circle of elites. Their moving in the main party took place over the workday weekend on September 7, 1998 in East Hampton, New York. Diddy allegedly welcomed 200 individuals to a grill at his New Hampton home. The list of people to attend was genuinely assorted. The word on the road is that a portion of Diddy's tapes may be the way to uncovering his asserted evil acts toward underage people. One of the observers in Diddy's continuous lawful fight, Courtney Burgess, has dropped some significant bombs about secret tapes while affirming before the excellent jury in the New York Burgess cases to have seen 11 blaze drives containing 8 upsetting tapes, including high-profile superstars, some of whom were purportedly underage. He even ventured to say that the tapes came from Diddy's late ex, Kim Watchman. Yes, you heard that right. The mother of his youngsters purportedly gave over these streak drives quite a while back in Atlanta. How many appeared to be possibly minors? A few, potentially 3. A few. These tapes purportedly give a chilling first-hand investigation of Diddy's freak exercises throughout recent years. Assuming what's being asserted is valid, these tapes could possibly connect him to some very serious and stunning crook claims as additional individuals step forward. The allegations of improper conduct are stacking up with claims uncovering charges of unfortunate behavior and the abuse of minors. On October 28, 2 additional claims were documented against Diddy, blaming him for utilizing his impact to draw underage children with dreams of acclaim into his circle, supposedly offering them fame in return for a favor. One PL of cases that he was, as it were, 10 years of age when Diddy saped him in a New York lodging purportedly his beverage, saying him and compromising him into quietness. In the second case, a 17-year-old depicts a frightening tryout experience for making the boycott. He guarantees that Diddy utilized private gatherings to control and saped him in the end, compelling him into acts with a guardian previously excusing him from the show. Diddy's legitimate group promptly bounced into safeguard mode, naming the cases as unwarranted and noxious anyway. Fans and people in general are starting to consider how a lot of Diddy's domain was really constructed on charm and its amount was assembled on control and intimidation, with more superstars purportedly considering sharing their own accounts. Things are rapidly getting much more chaotic when you figure it can't get any more insane. Romeo uncovered another stunning point of interest. It turns out Ordinance's relationship with Diddy went past business as per Romeo. Their bomb was more than basic industry organizing, implying at a more profound association. There are murmurs that group's contribution with Diddy could have had a more profound significance that Romeo just started to completely comprehend as he aged. When I was going through my stuff, somebody that called, kept an eye on me, remained by me, stood up for myself, and what does that mean, remained by you, went to bat for you, well, when no other person would safeguard me, or whether it's Puffy or whoever, way before all of this data emerged, and he felt like he continuously needed to safeguard. You realize he felt like he needed to guard Diddy because Diddy paid special attention to him. Nick is additionally very glad and open about the amount he adores Diddy's party. I've even been at one when I was a youngster, like 16 or 17. Come on, I experience my reality. Everyone gets terrified to talk since they likely got something to conceal. I ain't got nothing to conceal. I don't need to conceal. I was in there. Harlem shaking, doing all of that stuff. Yet it wasn't come on whatever fare that we are characterizing a great party with an oddity that I simply think is entertaining who was drinking. Brown dust, Eric, let us in on that brown dust. That is what I don't drink. I don't do, so I resembled I don't have a clue about all that. They don't a Diddy party sober. I don't. I'm a major part of my life sober. I won't ever be savored my life. Subscribe Apple World for more videos.